And we're not supposed to be like court reporters and say everything that everybody said too.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you everyone for attending, and we currently are without a treasurer, our secretary, so I get somebody to take minutes for tonight.
Is that you, Sue? Is that you saying yes?
I'm gonna pass that because obviously I did not take you good minutes.
I would turn my computer on if you have me to. I guess I could try and write stuff.
So, our secretary, we have to have a quorum of 3 board members. Do we have a quorum?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I can hardly hear you down there.
I'll let say.
Oh, okay, thank you, I'm
Okay,
sorry.
so-
Maybe last meeting, you didn't have to. Just push down the down arrow till it shuts up,
It has to,
or to 64.
it has to run through its cycle.
Got it a little,
Oh, okay. Just remember, we have to switch it to on.
It'll still blow until it cools down.
Okay, if we can start with the November minutes, find them in your packet. We tabled the minutes last month. I wanted to remember, but I think I missed part 2. Oh, I think I saw it all in November. No, I missed that. Okay, Margot resubmitted her minutes from November. And I'm gonna turn the floor over to Margot to let us know the changes.
Okay, Dave wanted it noted in the minutes that he had turned over the ballots to me, and so I made a change there. Let me see, I gotta find those minutes. making a note there that that Dave gave them to me before the meeting, so. And then when I went back to check emails, there is indeed an email sent to Dave Mowry, and he responded to that email. So I did not change that second statement that he requested be changed.
Is there any corrections or additions to the November 14th report? Again, is there any corrections or additions to the November Secretary's report? I will ask for a motion to accept the minutes then.
I make a motion that we accept the minutes. Corrections.
Can I have a second?
Second?
All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, signify by saying aye. Motion passed. Okay, now we'll review the December minutes. Okay, that's the one that I think it was Steve.
I've corrected the treasurer's report on it, and I have taken out the motion on the chief's report.
Okay, do you mean you corrected the bills for approval, not the treasurer's report?
Excuse me, bills for approval.
Okay, because I believe.
I have Verizon at 6237 now,
Yes.
and retirement system at 20625.
Yes.
The power bill at 160.18.
Correct.
And those are the ones I had listed down. Just because I know the one on this report, I'm going off of tonight's report from back then. Like the one for Mark Harshman was, I think we did that at the special meeting, did we not?
Yes.
Yes,
So that
so
wasn't
that,
discussed.
that will be discussed when we do the minutes for the special meeting.
Correct. So I did not put that in there.
Good, because, yeah, that was pulled out.
$62.36, excuse me. That's for Verizon, my bad. Not 62.37.
Oh, it's 36 this month, wasn't it 37 that month?
I think it's 37.
December. I can't find that. Yeah, it was 62.37 in,
Oh, back then, I'm
yeah.
sorry.
The 36 is tonight.
Yes,
So it's back to 6?
yeah, drop,
Yeah, tonight.
put the penny back on. We'll take it off for tonight.
Put it on, take it off, put it on, take it off. So then can we also, you've got the two motions in a row, can you take the treasurer's motion and put it up with the treasurer and then leave the bills and receipts motion underneath it?
There was one motion, I've got one motion to amend the report to state where a November 4th deposit came from. That motion passed, and then there was a motion to accept bills and receipts. So there was two motions right after that.
Right, but there should have been the treasurer's report, a motion, the bills and receipt a motion.
Okay. And you said there, I've got treasurer's report was presented and it says attached at bottom, but I did not get an attachment.
Well, I did it manually, so it should be on the back page. It should be there with that, it's on the back. It's on the back of the last page after the adjournment, and it shows that firefighters in Natrona County was corrected.
Okay, I guess I'm confused. There should be another motion, or there should not be two?
You had the motions from what I'm reading here, the motions together instead of the treasurer's report, and then that a motion to amend the report to state that there was a November deposit came from.
Correct.
And that should be underneath the treasurer's report or above the bills for approval.
I'll just move it.
Okay, are we ready to, I guess we already voted on that motion to accept the minutes, and then we changed. Can we do that again? Can I have a motion to accept the minutes as currently written?
With the correction of the two amounts.
Oh, wait a minute,
So
no,
you-
I'm sorry,
Oh, so we already did that.
okay. I'm confused now. We're working on last month, the motion was for the first month, for the November.
Right.
So, I'm sorry, I got myself mixed up. Okay, are there any other additions or corrections to the December 12th minutes?
No.
One more time, any more additions or corrections to the December 12th minutes? I have a motion to accept the minutes as corrected tonight.
I move to accept December 12th minutes with corrections.
Second for that. So I have a motion by Julie to accept the minutes of December 12th, seconded by Karen. Last call, any more additions or corrections? Calling for a vote, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, signify by saying aye. Motion passed. And then well, we gotta do this special, I thought I had this on there, but I don't see it now. Anyway, find the minutes for the special meeting on December 22nd. Oh, never mind, it's under old business, I guess we'll wait till old business to do that.
It should be with your minutes. Mhm.
Okay, during the special, we had a special meeting because of the break-in at the station, and we had a motion from Stu Anderson to, well, first off, we had a motion from Stu Anderson to accept funds from firefighters of Natrona County in the amount of $664.50 for the 2022 RMA Aviation pre-position from 9/19 through 10/6 of 22 for Mark Harshman's wages. The motion also included payment of these funds to be made to Mark Harshman. Then, due to break-in on Station 14, a discussion on locks and new door took place. Anderson presented a few different types of locks for replacement, and there was a suggestion to replace the hollow wooden door with a steel door. Stu Anderson made a motion for expenditures of up to $2,500 to replace the main lock with a programmable Trilogy T2 DL 2800 electronic lock, along with the DL Windows software kit. 3 other entry doors will have their locks disabled and make them exit doors only. Motion also included replacing the cash room door with a steel door. David Maury seconded the motion, and this motion passed. And there was a discussion on replacing the Verizon Jetpack with a new Wi-Fi system. Dave Maury made a motion to purchase a new Wi-Fi device from Verizon for $350. This will cause our monthly unlimited data to drop in cost to $40 per month. Stu Anderson seconded the motion, and the motion passed. And Dave Maury made a motion to adjourn, seconded by Karen San Steven, and the meeting was adjourned at 19:11.
You're missing a second on the first motion.
It was seconded by Dave Maury. And the motion passed. Are there any further corrections on the minutes to the special meeting?
As far as discussion, do you want an update on where we are with those things?
I mean, let's do that in old business.
Okay.
So I move to accept minutes from the special meeting with corrections.
Do I have a second on this motion?
I'll second it.
Any further discussion? Did anybody else pick up anything else? Call for a vote, and all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed signify by saying aye. Motion passed. You ready for the treasurer's report? Yes.
Okay, treasurer's report for the month of December 2022. We had a beginning cash balance of $300,105.11. We had interest that we received between the CDs and the savings account in the amount of $93.02. We had deposits, which are $18,226.63. And we paid out bills of $1,361.91, which is leaving us a balance of $317,062.85.
Any questions or corrections on the treasurer's report?
No.
Ask again, any questions or corrections on the treasurer's report? I have a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
I move to accept the treasurer's report.
Sorry.
The motion's made tonight.
Good, somebody has to do it.
Should be somebody else.
I have a second on that.
I'll second.
June made a motion to accept the treasurer's report, seconded by Stu. One more call, anybody have any corrections or discussion?
No.
We'll call for a vote, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, signify by saying aye. Motion passed. And then we go into our bills for approval.
Okay, bills for approval. We had Verizon, that was from November 16th through December 15th for $62.36. Wyoming Retirement for the month of December of '22 for $206.25. Rocky Mountain Power, which covers December 1st through January 3rd for $200.57. And then the Jonah Bank Visa bill for the programmable door lock was $1,331.88, which is equals $1,809.06. And then we received property taxes from the Natrona County Treasurer in the amount of $17,242.17.
Your dates are completely off on that,
Which one?
all of them.
Are those due dates?
The due dates are in January.
The January 12th, the January 19th, and the January 26th. Are those due dates?
Yes.
Okay, that's when the bills are due.
So the bills are due.
Oh, see, it says it on this.
It was on two
okay.
sheets, so,
Okay, here we go.
So I just read it off mine that I
mhm.
printed off.
We're like, what?
So the date is right.
Any other questions or discussion on the bills and receipts?
I have a question.
Okay.
Is the Verizon bill, is that the internet?
Yes,
And that's going to go down with our new system, right?
yes.
Cool.
Go down.
It is also the phone for the station.
Okay.
Awesome.
Any other questions motion to accept the bills and receipts?
I'll, so moved to accept.
Can I have a second on that motion?
I'll second.
Stu made a motion to accept the bills and receipts for December, January. Casey seconded it. Any further discussion?
No.
Call for the vote. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed, signify by saying aye. Motion passed. Okay, we're at the chief's report.
Okay, so, we hadn't heard anything for forever on that ARPA grant through YDOT. But on December 20th, Nate Smolinski, gosh, I hope I'm not slaughtering his name, with YDOT has said that the governor's office has added a matching $4.5 million to the appropriations bill that's going before the legislator. He's still waiting for the guidance on if he can proceed on the already allocated $4.5 million for radios. So we can start, find out how much we've been approved for or whatever, or if he needs to wait for the state legislature thing. So he's waiting for clarification on that to see if we can start doing this stuff now or we have to wait. But with the governor's matching, that'd bump it to 9. So that'd be kind of nice because then that would mean more people would get, instead of getting 25% of our radios, maybe would get 50 for the grant. So we're just waiting on the legislature now, I guess. On the VFA grant, on January 5th, Chris Fellback sent out a letter saying that the grant may have to wait or be postponed due to the retirement of State Forester Bill Casper. However, on January 6th, he sent out another letter saying that he got the approval through the Attorney General's office to go ahead and award grants to the departments that were approved. We were approved, and we can purchase handhelds and have the mobiles installed. It just has to be installed and paid in full by October 31st of this year. There will be official letters coming to this address that will be from the Office of State Lands and Investments Forestry Division and the USDA Forest Service Region 2. That will be printed out, but we've got the email that says go forth and buy stuff. On the security policy, I've written a security policy that's gonna cover the newly coded door. Right now, the board and officers are the ones that have the codes to the door. On the 24th of January, since tomorrow night's the end of the year party thing, is when everybody will be given their codes. They're each unique to each individual person. And once they sign the policy, then they will get their code. There's a new thing that came out from Hagler to all the fire chiefs on the new United States Forest Service fire call standards when you do your end of the year report things for all the calls in the previous year and effective immediately. So that's any paperwork and any calls that anybody was on in 2022. Now going forward, you have to, the only way that you're going to get credit for state forestry for our calls is if you've actually gone on the call, standby from home or the station waiting to see if the smoke's investigation is fire, or just sitting at home or wherever waiting to see, well, if it's big, I'll go, whatever.
State Forestry is realizing that the importance of actually going out and attending a call and doing the work that needs to be done. So that's their new requirements. And then, people just need to remember that they're gonna have to attend a call for each certification. So if you've got 3 certifications, you're gonna have to go on at least 3 fires under each of those certifications to keep them current. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because I know that Chief Malsum talked to Stu about it as well, so I just wanted it brought out here with somebody that's talked to their chief about it as well. And then I wanna thank Stu, Dave, Lori Anderson, Captain Barton, Assistant Chief Dutro for helping me get the new locking mechanisms and everything, done on Saturday, and a great thanks to the resident, cause they came by and dropped off our camera system that they donated to us, so that is greatly appreciated. And then today, Dave and Lori put on the new cash room door. Somebody kicks this in, they'll be calling 911, so we'll be able to catch them, cause it's damn sturdy. And I've ensured that the old code that was on that door works, and it does, and we're good. And then I wanna remind everybody on the board, past, present, but you two are firefighters anyway, so hey, end of the year party is tomorrow night at 6:30. So if you want to come, come. That's all I have. Yes, ma'am.
Nate, could you spell his last name?
I will spell it, cause it was a doozy. Let's see. SMOLINSKI. Smolinski.
Smolinski. And Fellback is F-E-L-B-A-C-K?
F-E-L-L,
F-E-L.
like he fell back.
Thank you.
We have a fellback and an aspen for State Forestry. Cute.
I have a question.
Yes.
On the grant that came from the 2 agencies that they said, yeah, it's approved for radios,
The VFA grant,
is that which one?
that's the one, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, that was our lesser one. They do matching up to 20,000.
up to 20,
Right,
okay, but not the check is in the mail because it's a reimbursable, right?
correct. And we have till October 31st to get it all done, show proof it was done, give them all the
Yeah,
invoices and all that good hoopla.
but we haven't got anything in hard writing to.
I have an email, but in that email is where it says that you should still be getting a letter. An official letter is the words in the email from the Office of State Lands and Investment - Forest Service 3 Division and the USDA Forest Service Region number 2. So, I personally would feel better to have those besides the email, because in the email it says, but you need to wait for this.
Yes,
Government speak.
that was my point too. or
Yes.
Yeah, I would wait.
Okay, we have till October, it's only January, we're golden. Well,
The way radios are going, I'm thinking we're pushing it in 10 months.
yeah,
Just getting them ordered.
Chris Felback did say, if people are running into issues or anything, just get a hold of him and
Okay,
they may, amend it to, here's proof that you've ordered it, because this Y.ARPA grant, we requested 22 handhelds, 11 mobiles, and all sorts of stuff. So if all these other departments have done this in Wyoming, Motorola isn't gonna be able to make stuff fast enough, I don't think. But hey, they'll all know that.
I have one more question.
Yes, ma'am.
You were thanking so many people I couldn't write fast enough. Stu, Dave, Lori,
Captain Barton. Assistant Chief Dutro.
okay,
And the resident who wishes to remain anonymous for the cameras.
okay, thanks.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. Marijuana, I did it.
Go back to your days of college.
If I have my computer.
I have a question.
I don't write.
Yes,
So if we have to, do we have to prepay if we go ahead and order this, the whole amount? Even if we don't have the radios back right away?
Yep. Yep, we're gonna have to write the check for, it came to 50-some thousand, cause it was hard to make it come in at 40 for the price of radios and installation and programming and all that. So we would be paying 25,000, no, we'd be paying 30,000. And they would be paying 20, but it's still less than the 84,000 we approved in the budget.
If we go with the local Motorola person or the state Motorola person, we won't get a bill for those. I mean, the way that the way government works, until we get the goods, we don't pay.
Right.
In other words,
That's what I'm wondering.
in other words, it's not like when you and I order something and we have to pay for it right away until we get it. No.
Okay.
Once they come in, yeah, then we get a bill.
But if there's hiccups with all of that and there's, you know, availability of product and shipping and all the stuff that's gone swirling the drain, I have contacts for both of these officials that are affiliated with these grants, and they've been very easy to work with and answer anybody's question anytime.
And in my opinion, if we're gonna have issues with supply, the rest of the state is.
Oh, yeah.
It won't be unique to
Nope.
this agency at all.
No, and every agency in Natrona County has applied
Yeah.
for at least the ARPA grant, so.
So are you going to order these soon?
I wanna give it till the end of January to see if we get these 2 letters that he mentioned on January 6th. And this Chris Philbott guy, I mean, he was like, you know, we've told all these people that they're gonna get this grant, never considering, you know, everybody's known that Casper was retiring, but they don't even have anybody up to replace him. And he announced a year ago he was retiring. So Chris Philbott called and made an appointment, and he himself went to the Attorney General and said, here's what I have going on. And the Attorney General gave it the stamp of approval, and he said, get this stuff out.
Should we write him a thank you
Good.
letter?
Oh, there are so many emails from all of us chiefs for him for thank yous, so, yeah.
Thank you.
I think once we get it, we'll be golden.
Thanks for writing those.
Do we, I think we do, need a motion for when we receive the official notification in hard writing, hard letter, for Lisa to go ahead and proceed with the ordering of those
After
radios?
she gets them, probably during that meeting, we'll have a motion, right?
Yeah, we will need a motion, and a motion to accept the money, and a motion to order the
After she
radios,
gets
but it would kind of be nice to have more information in front of us.
Yeah,
Okay.
because we can't accept what we don't have in front of us, really, that's kind of.
Well, I gave all of the grant stuff and what was sent to them to Karen last meeting.
I was gonna say, I thought we got the amounts and stuff
You
already.
did, and, what we were ordering and everything.
Oh,
And it's been approved.
okay.
And I thought we approved, yeah, up to 84, thank you. That's true, we already did that, so. Never
Thank you,
mind.
Mel. Good, thank you.
I just wanna get in line as soon as we can,
Right.
so to speak.
Yeah, so whoever's gonna be picking up the mail, let me know if you get these 2 important letters. Cause they'll be mailing to this address, cause this is the station that it's affiliated with, that the grants are affiliated with.
Am I picking up the mail?
I don't know who's
Stop
picking it
looking
up.
at me. I don't know where the mailbox is.
We have to
We
decide.
have to decide that tonight.
Okay. They have that, informed delivery, are you aware of that?
Yeah.
My brother showed me that, saves you a trip from driving downtown to get your mail out of your P.O. box.
I get my mail up here.
It's up here. you know.
Don't you?
Don't you have mailbox up here? I bet you could get one. Mhm.
Yeah.
You go ask him. The mail-
Go to the post office.
Post office.
On Forest.
That would be nice.
And then you just have to get to
You
the
just go to
restaurant
mail
back.
station.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, thanks, guys. Now I go to Evansville.
No, they are fast during Christmas.
Okay, we already reviewed the minutes of the special meeting, but Stu wanted
Well, the chief gave basically the update, the stuff was ordered. Everything that we talked about has been here and installed except the garage door pad and the removal of the locks. I think we have not done that, the other locks.
Right.
The disarming.
The disarming, excuse me.
Yeah, no, that, we're just kidding.
Yeah, disarming of those other locks. The new lock at the front door's in, the donated camera system is up and running. It's not quite done, we need to mount some of the cameras higher, which means we might have to move some electrical plugs. So we're asking, I think Lisa queried one of our fire department members who is an electrician to get us some guesstimates, costs, et cetera, so we can get that properly installed. So, I can say that the cameras are activated, they're just not permanently mounted yet. And that system's going, as well as the, cash room door was replaced by a lot more secure door. And that was done today. And everybody will get with the new lock, everyone, like, the chief said, everyone will have an individual number. And then I think once everything is in, a general email to the, either from the board and or with the chief to all the membership, saying how important it is not to share, even though we'll have a policy, not to share their own number. And to let them know that those numbers are now, can be downloaded, with date and timestamps of when you use that number and came into the station. And I think it's also important that people, when you come in here, even if it's to use the restroom or to do a quick security check or to make sure the furnace is on or whatever, sign the log that you were here. I think that's an important part of that.
Where's that?
It's right in the front door into the office there. It's way up there.
Is Verizon already done too?
Verizon
Yeah,
is
I'll
done?
find that.
Yes, Verizon is done and it's up and operating. However, I didn't know the printer could be hooked to it, so I'll do that before I leave. But yeah, there is a password. In fact, if you get on your devices, it should be CMFD Station 14 is the name of it, I think.
CMFD.
CMFD STN14 is the name, I think. I have to look.
What? CMFD, what?
STN, like station
STN.
I have two.
14.
There's two. There should be a main one and a guest.
Perfect.
And there's passwords.
And there are passwords for both.
Oh, look, here it is.
And I think the main
And
pass.
Joe trust talking.
The password
It's funny.
I don't have down, I mean, it's in the office for the pleasure of, we'll ask what I'll hook the printer up to, and then, so you guys can use it, and then we can give out the guest one if you want, or, the nice thing about the way this is set up, let's say someone breaks in again and steals it, we're able to go in, number one, it's like a cell phone, we can trace it and ping it, because it has its own phone number. We can have it disconnected, or I can jump in there, or you can jump in there, I should say, not I. And change the password and stuff ourselves so it can't be used. I don't know who would be piggybacking onto the Wi-Fi, except the house across
That guy
the
that
way.
lives across the way.
That's, I think, the closest one, and I don't even know if it'll work that far away.
He's like, yes.
Finally.
I think, and just personally, the security issue on it is a lot better, that we do have a member who leaves, that number, their number can be taken out and deleted. So, that's, so they won't have access, or even if they give it to somebody, they won't have access, so. That'll be kinda nice.
And people are responsible for their own code
They're-
too.
they're-
I love that.
And, yeah,
Perfect.
everyone has their
Falls
number.
on you, your liability.
Exactly.
Did you get the cameras hooked up to, you get access from your phone?
Yes,
Nice. I would've
I
danced.
still, there's still some, learning
Oh, yeah.
curve with it, trying to figure some of it out, but I've got probably 75 to 80% of it.
Very cool, very cool. The sheriff should probably have that as well, so he doesn't have to drive by, he can just say, yeah, that's good.
Yes, exactly.
I think we should also know too if we have code.
Yeah. So Jesus.
She just handed me the policy
Do you
that
want,
each member of the fire department is gonna have to sign. And it's pretty much just stating, here's your code and you're liable, everything else. Do you think we should do that as well?
I
Since
think
we
we
have
should,
codes as well? Okay. So, yeah,
you guys
How
can
many
keep that
copies?
one and give it to Julie.
okay. And make
Well, I'm not
copies
gonna
of
kick
that
you out
one?
the department, because you're not on the department, so.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we might have to
You're gonna have to
tweak
tweak
it.
it.
Oh, okay, we tweak ours,
Yeah,
okay.
So I'll put it on Google.
Yeah.
And then we
And
can all
remake
work
it.
it together.
Yep,
yeah,
for board members.
put it, yeah, do a Google Doc.
And Karen, I will text you yours, I promise. I'm gonna put them in hand. Cause
And
it
then
beats the
burn it.
hell out of paper.
That's it.
Okay, have we heard any more from the insurance on both claims that we filed?
I talked to Donna today from bond agency, she gave me the insurance adjuster's name. She said she should have contacted us by now. Lisa, have you heard anything from the claims adjuster?
No, I only called Donna back that one day and said, you know, gave her
Well,
what was
I will
going on.
message into the claims adjuster to see where we're at. So hopefully she'll call me back tomorrow.
What's that lady's name?
The claims adjuster or
The lady that he spoke to at the bond meeting, see, I missed it.
Donna,
Donna,
me,
okay.
with the bond agency?
Thanks for taking copies of this. So if I missed stuff.
I'm missing a whole bunch.
Between all of us, maybe we can get it. There's a void, Marta, there's a void.
We did progress on the lots already.
pick from for our training, and he did match it up with meeting night. The first one is March 13th from 4 to 6 p.m., and the second one is April 10th from 4 to 6 p.m. So I need to know which date people prefer so I can get back with them.
Either works for me.
I can do either.
Either one. Since it's a board meeting day, you be here or gone, Stu?
March I'll be gone, but if we
So
said
April would be better.
April, I should be back.
What's the date?
April 10th.
Oh, no, I won't be
You're not
back.
back.
No, never mind.
Okay, but.
I'm off a
we can-
month. Both days I'm gone, so either one.
Okay,
Zoom it.
so since.
Zoom stew.
Yes, so. You want it sooner or later? So I'll tell them we'll take the March 13th one.
So he's the state auditor, so he's gonna teach us how bookkeeping better and stuff, is that? I think it's more
We
of a
hope, we
report.
filled out a detailed survey on how we felt we were doing with the tasks of being a special board, and so they're basing the training off of those questions that we answered.
Nice, nice.
So, and then new people just get to take what the previous board answered, because we're kinda in the same boat as far as training and stuff.
You guys are ahead of us, but maybe he can bring it down a little bit.
And it'll, as far as I know, it'll still cover a lot of the basics that we need to be doing,
And what we need to file,
When he sees the look on my face, he'll say,
how,
oh.
how procedurals and spending.
I'll get that from you. Okay, so they didn't charge us for,
Oh, I'm sure they charged us to come up and look at it.
we hadn't received the bill yet. So the furnace wasn't working during this cold snap, and we had, someone come up and look at it, and the line was just frozen.
That's the only thing they could figure is that the line was full of condensation and it froze.
So it seems to be up and running, and we have not received a bill from that call out yet.
That's it.
We need to go in and select who our new positions are, and I would like to adjourn to a executive meeting to do that.
Should be in a public meeting.
Yeah, why would we adjourn to a vote that has nothing to do with?
Well, I had some things that I wanted to say, but I will not say them then. So anyway,
She wants to adjourn to executive session to
Personnel.
discuss our, the elected positions, is that right?
yeah, we need to choose.
For the elections.
We need to choose who's going to be the president, secretary, and treasurer for the next 2 years.
Is it a public matter or have you closed?
How do your bylaws read as far as election of officers?
I'll look.
That might help you all.
Can I just say I'm
What's
the
that?
youngest?
You should
Can I
know
just
them off
say-
the top of your head.
Yeah.
Bylaws.
The
for
current
state
bylaws.
election of officers on them, so.
And there's actually a state statute, and I only came across it, so we're late on doing this. It needs to be done 10 days after the election.
Really?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
The election of the officers?
The county election process. So it should have been done back in October.
Tonight, yeah, the new ones
November.
should have just taken the
Should have
reins
just-
tonight.
Oh, okay, I'm with you. We're talking about the old ones versus.
Yeah.
Oops.
Does anybody have any discussion on this?
Don't you show your age, Dana?
I'm doing it.
No.
I'm the
Because I'll say,
youngest.
oh, well, then you ought to be able to do it, you're the youngest and up on
I'm the
stuff.
youngest, and I love to sit here and listen to all my elders. I'm
So you're trying to get out of it, is that what you're saying?
No, no,
You could just say, no, I do not want to do that, if you were nominated.
I'm really good at running errands and stuff like that. I also have
Are
my
you good
own
with
office.
math? You're good with math, aren't you?
Yeah, I do all that. No, I don't want to be the treasurer.
Come on, I'm gonna pass it on to somebody.
I think they should arm wrestle for it, I'm just saying.
We're arm wrestling now?
Sure.
So
All right.
do we just nominate someone or?
Leg wrestling, whatever.
Yes, if you wanna
Thumb
nominate
wrestling?
somebody and they can accept it or turn it down.
I nominate Casey Klein for, treasurer.
Anybody else wanna do that? No eyes, no nothing?
Are you not having fun doing it or what, Karen?
No,
You need a break?
I need a break.
Um,
Is there a second on it?
Can you teach me?
I can teach you what I know so far.
What you know?
And
Okay.
hopefully the state guy can help more, but
Even more?
that's one thing with these positions. There are still the two of us around to answer questions and help. That you won't be out on your own like we
Okay.
were.
Okay. I'll take it if you wanna step down, Karen. Yeah? She's like, yes, ma'am. Yes. No?
No, you're
Well,
gonna
no,
give her all
I'm just,
Okay.
I was answering,
What our
looking
process
at
is supposed to be.
the current bylaws
Okay, what
don't
does the
have,
bylaw say?
have nothing to say about elections
Of officers.
of
Nothing?
officers.
Have we changed that in the new ones?
Somewhat, but it needs more detail to align with the state statute of when they'll be chosen.
Okay, as far as Robert's Rules of Orders though, doesn't it have to be, Julie made a motion, doesn't have to be seconded?
Correct.
I'll
A
second
nomination
Julie's
second.
motion.
Yeah,
Okay.
there has, it's a nomination and not,
Yeah,
I
her
guess.
nomination, I have nomination went down, Karen, no, Pat. Pat seconded, Karen is jumping ship.
Have a quick question. Traditionally, have we always elected new officers at the start of each year?
Traditionally, there hasn't been a tradition.
Okay, good answer.
There
Well,
just hasn't.
yeah,
I commend you for putting this on the agenda and bringing it forth, because this is something that should be at the very top of the bylaws each year. You know, you either endorse your current group or, just like the county commission does, they pick a new chairman and assistant and so forth, but that adds credence to what we're trying to establish here.
But they just did theirs the other night, they didn't do theirs 10 days after the election.
And they're incorrect too.
They just,
But city council has had theirs done for a while,
Well,
I believe.
they picked them, is that a state statute? Are you sure with that?
Yeah, I just came across it the other day when I was looking through paperwork and it was like, oops, uh-oh,
Do you have that statute by chance?
not with me, it's at home.
Can you Google it?
Irregardless,
Can you Google it?
you know. you
Yeah,
take-
irregardless, I'd
you take
still
care of
like
it
to
tonight,
replace
so-
positions tonight.
That is a good thing. The only place you're hanging out is where Julie hasn't been sworn in yet, and I think if you note that, you know, and that was oversight, because of lack of knowledge.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I thought I sent you the paperwork email to take down.
If not, just make note of it and move past it. So if somebody comes back and tries to challenge that later, you at least have it footnoted. And I don't know if that'll cover, but I really think you need to note that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't find any, not that it doesn't exist, statute where it says by a certain date that you have to be sworn in either. Cause I looked, I thought, do I go down right after the election, like the next day? Do I wait till after the first of the year?
Yeah,
I'm
and
trying to
I
think, the copy that you gave me, I think it literally
You got a
said by the
copy?
first of the year.
I think just the point is, it wasn't intentional.
I don't know.
Lack of knowledge, or I hate to use the word ignorant to the fact that she just didn't know it.
Did you get your certificate from the, county clerk? Saying you
No,
were
I think
elected?
that comes after she's sworn in. You have to get sworn to that.
No,
No,
No?
no, I never got
Okay,
that.
I received mine.
I got mine.
I didn't get mine. They don't want mine anymore.
Just go visit the county clerk's office.
Okay, I'll go now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And why I know I'm supposed to have a certificate too, so.
Yeah, you should.
Huh, interesting. Well, when I went down there and registered to be on the ballot, and then they called me back and said, you have to be registered to vote. I go, oops.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
Yeah, that's a rule too.
Well,
I'm surprised they didn't look you up.
well, yeah.
So why would they? Well, I guess to double check. It's probably when they were double checking.
Yeah, I could have been from Mars or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
So they gave me a whole packet of stuff to read, and I did read it, and I didn't see
Yeah.
anything about being sworn in.
Neither did I, which is kind of weird. Talks
So how
about
did you
where you
figure
put
out-
your signs.
How did you figure out where you?
I just took it down there and I said, I said, I knew I need that, bring it down. I said, I assume I do, because I had to do two of them.
Well, I took it down there, I gave it to them. Wouldn't they have sworn me in then? Why didn't they?
Did you sign in front of them?
Did you sign?
Oh, you're okay.
You
Took-
got it
sworn
then,
in
if you
then.
sign this that I sent you on the email.
Did you take that down and sign it?
No, I didn't ever get that. I signed the paperwork that they,
Oh, okay, when you
in front of
were
them.
doing your ballot?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
this
no.
is after.
No,
No.
I never got that.
Okay.
I swear.
No, this is different.
Yeah, I could've sworn you and Casey got it emailed at the same time.
Me and you handed off
Oh, okay,
on the road.
okay.
I'm pretty
So-
creepy with being on technology too much, so I would've found it. All right,
Yeah. But
do you
there-
need to sign this or no? Just-
No,
No.
you
You'll
just
sign
need
it.
to do it.
Then don't do it until you're down
In front of
there.
them.
Yeah.
Okay then.
That's okay, I thought I'd
Okay, well,
let you know right after.
We're
the election.
33.3% of the way there.
No, they never even notified me that I
They-
won.
Yeah, they don't.
I read it on Oil City News, I go, oh yeah.
No, they don't tell you, but you get a certificate.
A couple months later.
I know, I never got a
Yeah,
certificate, so
I got
I'm like,
mine already.
maybe I'm not supposed, okay,
I
I'm
got
not
mine
supposed to
like
be up here.
No, get your rear end back down. So anyway, we've got a nomination on the floor that Casey Klein should be treasurer, seconded by Pat Hirschman. We got any further discussion on that?
I think you'll be awesome.
Are you sure?
And
I'm kidding.
any way, any of this can help.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, is all in favor of Casey being the treasurer?
Aye.
I,
Oh, yay.
You're now an engineer, not by railroad standards. You just railroaded.
I know, it's fine, it's fine, that's what I signed up for, it's fine.
This will have to go into the minutes,
Yeah.
and then we'll have to get it
I'm good at
real
numbers,
quick,
I
cause
have to
it'll
do it
have
at
to
my
go
real
to the
job
bank
too.
too for switching names on the bank accounts.
I'll go home and do minutes tonight. Give it to you and then you can send it back and forth about 5 times.
Send them to everybody and we can all
Okay,
put our
I'll do
footnotes in
that.
and.
Google Docs, yeah?
Yeah, I have all that,
Okay,
I have
Yeah, good.
everything in my office.
okay.
When can you get that paperwork down?
Tomorrow.
So let's do secretary next.
I nominate Julie. I could do secretary, I think. With help. Yeah, I think.
I'm kind of a side note, don't we have a recorder? Not a person recorder, but.
Right here.
Right here.
Oh, we do have one, okay.
But
I just read in state statutes that we would have to get everybody's consent within the room to be able to record that. I just read it, no?
No.
Not in the state of
Not-
Wyoming.
Really? Okay.
And
I
You don't believe everything you read on the
Well,
internet, right?
yeah, and it wouldn't be a secret recording anyway, I mean, it would be up there.
Like the minute we
And
start
that's,
our meeting.
the reason I bring that up is to help do the minutes,
Well, I can record on my computer
or that,
as I'm
Okay.
typing and then,
or
if
that.
it's legal.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
So now we're going to what?
we have a
Yeah,
second on that
Karen
nomination.
nominated Julia. I second it.
I'd make your nomination contingent on her
Signing that.
Oh, yeah,
signing it.
okay, I second it if she
Okay,
goes
we're
down to
real
the
good
courthouse
with that.
upon signing your oath.
upon
Yeah.
signing her.
I had to see what it was called.
Yeah,
I thought it was called something different between oath of office.
Does anybody else have any opposition to it?
Should we wait till I'm signed to vote this
Might be
in?
best.
Promise to go down tomorrow.
I'm going tomorrow.
If not, you could draw like
You
order.
can hold the position open until the next meeting. I think that's the appropriate way to do it.
Yeah, I would feel better doing that than
You
not.
have the position open on it, no one else is stepping up
okay.
unless their Stewart's interested or if Pat wanted to cross paths or Karen.
Yeah, I feel good doing that and then.
I
so the-
think that's a better way to do it and eliminates any questions. And I'm not telling you guys what to do, it's just based on past experience.
Well, I'm trying to think of some different options, and that seems like a good option if we leave that. I mean, we're already behind the 8 ball. When
Exactly.
we were supposed to do it 10 days after the election or whatever.
And she's just filling in on an interim position for this evening.
Yeah,
On it, taking the notes as if she was a clerk, so. We're just
I'll-
fortunate to have two people. that are
I'll-
willing.
So is there a motion on the table?
Yep.
I do.
I move that we table that motion until the next
Next meeting.
table for the next meeting.
Can we make a
Well,
motion on a
we're
motion?
calling it a nomination, not a motion.
Yeah, a nomination.
So, okay.
Table nomination? I don't wanna do anything illegal.
Do you want to, did somebody second this?
I'll second.
Is everybody in agreement not to table the nomination until the February meeting. Casey seconded the nomination, the motion.
Aye.
Okay, we'll vote on this next meeting.
Thank you, Tracy, good ideas.
Okay, the president's position is last.
I'm doing it. I'm nominating Stu.
I respectfully decline that nomination. And reason being is I want to add to the board. And just so you guys know, the head of any board, president or chairman or whatever, can't make motions. They also cannot give influence. They're the neutral party, if you will, and they facilitate the meetings. On a lot of boards, they vote only if it's a tie. That's a either or. You can never take away a vote from the president, but on every motion, they have to either vote as a member or vote as the president, in this case, as a tiebreaker. So with that said, I'd rather give the free flow, if you will. I mean, that's humbling that you would do that, so thank you. But for
Got a
now,
lot of experience. I don't know.
and the other reason I'm gonna be gone for the next 3 meetings, I mean, I'll be here electronically and available by phone and emails and all of that, but my physical presence will not be here.
Nominate Karen San Stephen.
I decline. I have to shoot myself.
Nominate Pat Harshman.
I decline.
Yeah. Would you do, Stu, you don't wanna take notes either, because you don't want that.
I screwed it up.
No, you didn't. You
Yeah,
just-
I pretty
No,
much
you
did.
didn't.
I was gonna look up, if you will, allow me to, if I can find it there. The president, is the chief executive officer of the district, is subject to the control of the board of directors. Shall supervise and control the management of the district in accordance with these bylaws. This is how it is currently. The president shall, when present, preside at all meetings of membership and all meetings of the board of directors, and in general perform all duties incident to the office of president and such other duties as prescribed by the board of directors from time to time, including but not limited to signing all resolution adopted by the board, appoint all committees, and sign, acknowledge, execute all instruments authorized by the board to be executed by the district. Robert's rules is where I get the voting and the other, the reason they don't vote and make motions, all that, is because your president is not supposed to sway the vote or sway an idea one way or the other.
They're just
They're supposed to
facilitating the
just,
meeting.
they're just supposed
Yeah.
to facilitate.
Yeah, they don't have any more power than any other board member, and in fact, their job is to support the rest of the members to make sure that there's equal, chance to express your opinions and, vote and, yeah. So
Correct.
it's not like they're in charge, they're just, keeping the meeting running smoothly and, following Robert's rules.
Okay, so question, can I re-nominate someone that's already been nominated for another position? Miss Julie?
You should actually have started with your president and went down.
Yep.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Mm.
well, I'm familiar with Robert's rules and I've had random meetings, and it would keep my mouth shut.
She's in.
She's in! All right, continue. Well, she's not even all the way, we're tabling it to next meeting
Table both of
anyways.
these?
Well, I think if you want to accept the president position, then we need to reconsider the secretary's position.
Okay.
That leaves you. So you better get good.
All work and no play makes stew a double. So, that's what I'll do in the winter time, just let the snow pile up.
Nominated.
I'll work it.
You
Just like
didn't
on the
mess it
shiny.
up, Sue,
Okay,
it's
she
just,
nominated
So did I do that correctly,
for pres.
But if
or no? I
we don't know what we're doing.
we're off anyway, so, and what we have been trying to do these last 2 years is to get the minutes out and everything out a week in advance, or as close to a week as we possibly can, so that corrections can be made before it's presented as official.
As the, record
Okay, so I think
document.
that we ought to start this whole thing over and go president,
Start the election over?
president, secretary, how are they listed here? President, secretary, and treasurer. That would be my recommendation.
Well, Julie still can't take president though, until next month.
Yeah.
We won't need her till next month.
Right.
She can just get broken on the duties in the meantime.
Right.
Margot has some input back here. She was raising her hand.
What do you think?
What do you think, Marla?
Well, I was just saying, why don't you go ahead and do a nomination and make it contingent upon her going down and doing what she needs to do at the county. And then, as soon as that's done, she has her office, she has her office, she has her position. Right,
There
yes,
you go.
Contingent on oath of office.
right.
There you go.
You're gonna have a date on your signature, at that date, that's when it becomes active.
Let me ask you this, which I'm assuming they would, is when you go down there and sign that, and then they put their seal and stuff on it, can you ask them for a copy of that? Scan it and send it to us.
So they keep this?
Yeah, they keep that.
They keep
They
that,
have
yes.
to keep that.
Yeah, I'll get a copy, or I'll take a picture with my camera.
Yeah, or that,
Mhm.
yeah, just ask them to do that.
Okay.
Is there anything in those bylaws that mandate that the first meeting of the year, you have to elect your officers?
Nope.
So basically, we're in an impasse at this point with presidency. So you could basically carry forward for another month on an interim basis and let some lobbying go on internally here. And then put it up for grabs next meeting. He's gonna be here in February, Stu?
I won't be. Not,
Not physically.
electronically I will be.
Okay. What are
So
going to
you
the
mean
Bahamas for
pay
3
each other
months?
off
I
to
wish.
take the position, Tracy? Are you talking,
Pardon?
are you talking pay each other off to take the position?
No. Ideally, if Pat would stay in and let things move forward. You got a good makeup here. Karen being the youngster, I hate to use that word, but
She is that.
no, she isn't, not at all. She could pass for any position
Just
on the
switch.
board.
I agree with that. Would you be the secretary? Can I nominate him as the secretary?
Should we just
Okay,
wait?
let's just
Wait
start,
till next?
wait, let's start
Start
over
from
again. I
scratch.
like it contingent upon you signing the
Okay.
oath and sending
Proof of
us,
said oath over.
yeah.
Perfect.
And then we go ahead and select our president, secretary, and treasurer. And we'll
Perfect.
just start again.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So can I have a motion to remove all previous nominations to positions?
Yes.
And I'll second.
Is everyone in favor of this?
I,
Okay, can I have a motion to make Julie's position contingent upon the signing of the oath of office and proof thereof?
I'll motion that Julie Bradley become president of the board contingent upon proof of her filing of the oath of office.
I'm glad I found that out. I could have been a couple of years and, oh.
But not
How do I?
how and how long.
Yeah.
I will,
So you need a second?
Hang
Oh,
on,
oh, sorry.
Thanks for not judging me on that.
okay, Stu made a motion that Julie become the president of the board contingent upon proof of signing oath of office. Correct?
correct.
Can I have a second on that?
I'll second it.
Here.
Who seconded?
Karen did.
Karen.
All in favor, say aye. I only heard one.
I,
I
sorry,
don't know if I left that voting.
excuse me, outdoors.
Sorry, but I only heard one. Any opposed, say aye. Congratulations, the railroad came through.
You're gonna hold my hand.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
I'll be calling all of you too. Hey, what am I supposed to do? No, I'm kidding.
So now you got a railroad one more back in that did a very proficient job of that the first one.
Okay, can I have nominations for secretary?
I nominate Stu for secretary. Who's gonna, what do you want to say?
Oh, no. In May. It's my
Okay.
first.
Do I have a second on that nomination?
Yes.
Stu, speak now or forever hold your peace.
No, just be patient.
We will be, and like I said, if we, start and all work together and take notes, we'll get it. So. All in agreement of Stu for secretary, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say aye. Congratulations, Stu, you are now secretary.
Thank you.
Oh, congratulations to you too, Julie.
Thank you.
Now, can we redo Casey's treasurer?
I nominate Casey for position of treasurer.
Too late to decline.
Well, now would be your opportunity.
No, I'm not declining.
She gets a second chance.
I'll accept.
I'm second.
You can't, you aren't officially sworn in.
Oh, I can't?
Not
You
yet.
should have somebody else.
Okay, so all of these things that I've said tonight, oh.
So change to Karen.
You can get creative and right around there.
Is that ethical for me to change
I,
that?
well.
Well, Karen's volunteering to secretary.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're the
Me too.
secretary.
Oh, wait, I have this nomination for
Take a nice
little arrow here.
But some of them I first did and you seconded.
Yeah, so, well, then we'll put Casey in or Stu in.
Oh,
Well-
this doesn't seem right. So when I go down there, can I ask them
Yes, and
and
we
say,
can
you know,
redo it if we have
we
to.
had a meeting and da-da-da-da, and I was like making motions and stuff, and if she goes, oh, then I'll let you know, and if she goes, oh, don't worry about it, then I'll let you know that too.
I believe she'll say, don't worry about it, but this isn't the gal that I signed in with because nobody ever told me I needed to do it, so. I was
If that
4
does
years
happen, you
without-
can
Here-
just formalize it next.
Yeah,
Here's a simple thing. Casey, would you be willing to motion everything that Julie did?
Yes.
Okay.
Because if Casey does that, there's nothing that
That would
is
change.
No,
double,
there's
would be
no
double.
Conflicts of second.
Casey motions all mine and Karen
Yes.
seconds. Does everybody feel good with that? Does the audience feel good with that? That seem ethical?
Because you're all discussing it together,
Yes.
Yeah, and the fact that you didn't make a motion and then vote against it, so that's okay.
Dave's got it on a movie, and Margaret's got it on
Thanks,
the tape,
Dave.
so.
okay, so we have, Stu nominated Casey for treasurer, Karen seconded the motion, the nomination. Any discussion on this? All in favor of Casey being the treasurer, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye,
I can't vote.
no,
Aye.
you can vote for yourself.
Aye.
Any opposed, signify by saying aye. Congratulations, Casey, you're the treasurer.
Thank you.
Congratulations, those are people.
Yeah.
That was hard.
And Julie, will you send me the picture when you get it done tomorrow? Just 'cause I like to put it in the minutes to our firefighters too.
I'll
so
send
they
it
know
to
who's doing
everybody.
stuff. Okay,
I'll send it to everybody.
'cause I really paid for Mount Julie, assuming.
Anybody else want it? So you went 4 years before you knew this? So I'm not the only one.
I really tried to catch you, I don't know what happened.
Well, stuff happens.
I thought I did it before I got it to Casey.
It's okay. I just thought it was really strange that
That's
the
because I just pulled it
city
out of
and
my
county
back.
didn't even
Oh,
notify
you
me that I
created that.
won.
I like it. I
thought
wrote
that
mine
was
on
weird.
the calendar.
Well, so do
My
I, but I
neighbor,
was,
Ron Slacker's daughter was
No, I
running,
checked.
Let me
I
tell.
didn't see it.
And he said, were you notified that you won? And I said, no, I read it in the newspaper.
I think that's where we all got notified, reading it someplace else on our own.
That's weird.
So that concludes the business, is there any public comment?
I have some new business,
Oh,
real quick. I'd like to, you can pass these down. And I can do it in the form of a motion, but set the schedule for meeting dates. and advertise it for the year.
Sure.
It's
No, that's a good
the second Monday of the month, every month. The only
Oh, Columbus.
conflict is October 9th, which is Columbus Day, and I know this year we moved it
I don't
to
know.
a week, I
I
think.
definitely
Yes.
concur.
Mhm.
So we can still do that too.
I know that that was mentioned on the current website, that the meetings are on the second Monday of the month, but it hasn't been updated enough, I don't know if people know that that's still the way it's going, so reiterating that, I think is a good idea.
And this is the opportunity to change to a different date if anybody
Well, yeah,
wants a different day of the week.
You're the one with the busy work schedule.
The second,
I'm fine.
yeah, the
I
second
schedule
We
pretty much my own.
worked
Yeah.
just for treasurer's reports and stuff to have the bank close out the monthly.
Oh, yeah, so like
Mhm.
October
So,
9th is
but-
not gonna be a good one, right?
It'll be,
What do you mean? It'll be fine.
mhm.
Yeah. It just depends on when they finish, the bank finishes their
Oh, I see what you're
statements,
saying.
you can get them printed out. Get everything closed out.
So I'm gonna be doing these minutes and then putting them up, and then you'll feel like you're really good at it after you see what I did.
hey,
So it's
okay.
all about an ego boost.
Yeah, there you go.
Is this our copy? You just wanna?
Yeah, I just, I'll just make a motion that we go with this list and advertise it. And when we get closer to the October 9th, we can move that, unless you wanna do that tonight. I mean,
Looking
that's,
for my calendar that,
I don't know where I put anything tonight. So you're gonna do that?
Should we check these dates and table it to our next meeting?
these are, yeah, you can,
You
they're
know
all
what
the
I'm saying.
second Mondays, so
Okay.
they're all second Mondays. And I went through and I couldn't find any holidays any of those are connected to, except October 9th.
I sent you that link in the email, cause I sent it to Stu.
Perfect. I don't have to say this.
so is there
No, wait,
further
wait.
discussion on this? Do we,
I just thought if you needed to check your dates or anything, if anybody needed to check, and, I don't know, does it matter? I'm fine. Okay,
Well,
second Monday of every month.
yeah.
Okay.
I'll get these minutes out probably like 3 in the morning tonight.
Please don't, cause my phone goes off
Oh,
when
it
I
does?
email.
Okay, I'll wait in the morning.
Okay.
so Stu made a motion to accept these dates with only October 9th as a problem, which is Columbus Day.
And we dealt with that this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah,
And post them for the year. Is that acceptable, Stu?
yes, yes.
You can go to the third Monday in October and make that decision right now and put it on your dates and be done with it.
It should be October 16th, I think.
Should be.
So why are you recording us?
I know.
What was that question?
I asked Dave why he was recording that meeting.
Oh.
It's
Make sure we're
entertaining.
right.
Really
Yeah, he, every right to record.
Yeah, I just wanted.
Yes,
to
that would be
curious.
October
October
16th.
16th,
Yes.
got it.
Just curious.
Just don't push it, pull a, what's
Just
her
go
name?
put, are you putting it on
County
YouTube?
commissioner.
We'll see. I'm not gonna say yes because I don't know if it'll actually work or not.
Oh.
and get more interest in the fire department, more interest in the board.
We need a second on Stu's motion.
I just, hold on, we gotta revamp it if Stu agrees with going ahead and setting that October meeting to the 16th.
Yeah, October 16th.
So what should you have? Will you tell me?
Okay, Stu made a motion to accept these dates with October 9th moved to October 16th. And pre-post these dates. Posted or pre-posted? Okay, now I need a second on that motion.
I'll second.
You're gonna have to select that one for me.
Is there any further discussion on that? All in favor of accepting these dates for the coming year's meeting dates, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, signify by saying aye. Motion passed. Is there any other new business anyone wishes to bring up? Now, is there any public comments wishing to be made?
I have a couple. First I need to give, and I don't know if I give it to Karen or if I give it to Casey for the check for the document production.
Sure, we're not to do it, so.
Okay. And if you would let me know, with the amount that you spent on the attorneys, Deb and I would like to pay that back. We may not be able to pay it back all in one lump sum, but we wanna pay that back because we never met with the fire department. I don't know, Stu, since you are secretary, if you want the documents that was provided to me through the document production. If you need them, if you don't want them, that's fine.
The documents you requested?
That, through the document request that,
What she received?
what I received from the document request from Margot and from Pat.
Maybe a copy of them?
A copy of them, but
Yeah,
I
that
don't
is a
want.
copy.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say, I
And if you
don't
don't
want.
wanna do anything with them, I just didn't want to be the only one that had a copy of it.
Oh, no,
I think the
I'll-
board needs to know what was provided,
Yeah.
I agree.
okay?
Thank you.
And then the other thing I wanna say, because I think it was resolved tonight, because we have a new president and a new board members that are in charge, because I'm really hoping that we can move forward now with the county commissioners in getting us grant money for the fire department.
We can hope.
We can hope.
I mean,
It was a step forward, so I'm hoping that we can move forward with
and
that.
if there's an offer there, my gut feelings from this last year is they probably had this little chunk of money left over, because it was the end of the budget year. If that happens again this year, maybe we can do that, but yeah, we can. What is the worst they're gonna say?
No.
No.
But at least we have the
If
option
we
of
ask.
moving forward.
Yep.
So, and I know that one of the things they wanted was an audit. Are you willing to move forward with an audit if that's a requirement from them?
I personally think we need to get an audit every year.
And then the last thing that I wanna say, and really then I'm just done, because the old business and from the November meeting when Margot was talking about the malicious statements on, Facebook. And I have to tell you that this whole thing turned kind of contentious,
because I was trying since 2018, when both of you guys were on the board, to get the information that I requested. And I guess if I wouldn't have struggled for this long to get the information that I finally got through this, but if there is any lesson at all learned from this, is the board needs to understand that any document that you guys have is public knowledge. It is not you guys' information and you can't hold it. If somebody asks for it, it has to be provided. And that you shouldn't have to do a document request to get that information. And so I'm just hoping that the new people on the board understand that I should not have had to go to this degree to try to get the information that I got. And then I still didn't get a lot of the information that I was going for. But I'm willing now, because of the board, the new board members, and I feel really good about this. I feel good about us moving forward, that I'm just gonna drop the whole thing.
My biggest thing is transparency, and I'm hoping we're in the process of discussing a new website where we can post the minutes and they're easily to access, because even I'm having trouble trying to find where they are with the county clerk and, so.
Well, there's a lot of them that aren't filed with the county clerk. So, and
and
that is a
You don't
requirement.
know who lost them in what chain of command, but, we're gonna try to be very transparent, and maybe you can be our watchdog on that.
Well, and I don't even wanna be a watchdog. This whole thing in 2018, when it started with Cordell. We had information that something had happened. Then on the heels of the misappropriation of funds with Bream, it just brought it all back out again. I wasn't willing to let it go again without something being figured out. We had already gone since 2018. And so I'm sorry if I frustrated people, I really am. But I felt it was really important to try to get to the bottom of this and make sure that from this point forward, we just need to be transparent, and then this won't happen again. It won't, and just realize those documents belong to us, not to you. And so.
Well, and it's been said by other folks that, oh, it's the past, let's let it go, and I disagree. Bringing it up and bringing it up and bringing it up, yeah. Learn from it, change what we have to change, so it doesn't happen again.
Well, and
That's
all of
fine.
the documents that we got, and you're gonna get copies of those, none of the charges were inappropriate for any of the there were firefighters. I got documents for Jim Barton, Brent Junk, I don't know how you,
Yunk.
Yeah.
Cordell Anthony, Mike Huber, R.C. Brim. Those were the ones that were provided to me. There was nothing inappropriate. So there wasn't anything that I found or that was concerning.
Why would you assume there was something in
There was credit cards. So what had happened in 2018 was we got information that the credit cards were being used inappropriately for personal business, for personal items.
Personal use.
Personal use. And so we went to the board, and Pat and Margot were both on the board during that time, and they absolutely stonewalled us, refused to give us information. We got nowhere with it.
Were they the
I'd
only
like
board
to say one
members?
thing about that. We did not refuse. I simply said those documents, a couple of those credit card statements did not exist. We did not have them. That is what I said, and it got blown out of proportion.
In 2018, though,
That is what I said in 2018.
But the credit card statements that we were looking for was from 2018.
And we
So-
still never found them, because.
But where we go back to transparency is, it's your responsibility. I own 2 businesses. I am running 2 businesses right now, and I'm responsible for making sure that I keep paperwork for 7 years for both of those businesses. So I keep everything. If the IRS comes back to audit me, I have to have everything, and you guys need to look at it the same way.
It's 12 years.
Is it 12 years?
Mhm.
So you just
You
have to
hold it
keep it.
12
It
years
isn't
then.
something that you can say, oh, I
You're
lost
kidding.
it. Just move forward from this point. But I just wanted to be
Everything.
saying that it would have never gotten to this point if in 2018, the information was provided when requested. And then when this happened with Bream, it just started it all up again. And so I'm just really wanting to move forward, but I also want to make sure that the fire department is reimbursed for the attorney's fees. So if you could get me a copy of the bill, I would I would make sure that that is reimbursed.
So I know, Gail, that you came because you wanted things documented in the minutes. I wanna be clear that I got exactly.
I have it recorded, so I will send it to you.
Could you send it to me? Awesome. Cause I was trying to listen and I didn't wanna be, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Madam Contingent,
Sir.
I was wondering, investments for the board. I see that for a long time we've had the 3 CDs. And now as I look at the budget, or the balance of our monies, wanting to know if there's, could be any discussion on investing some of this to make a little progress with our money that we do have at this time. I know that you have to have cash that's ready to go at any time, but that's a lot of money just to be sitting in a checking
So
account.
you're talking about working with an investor?
Not necessarily, I'm just bringing it up, but I think that's a lot of money sitting in a big,
Yeah,
very low interest pot.
right.
I'd like to see maybe the board take a look at, I see there's 3 CDs, you can space them out. There's a lot of things that you guys can discuss.
Yeah,
I'm just bringing that up.
Thank you.
I'd like, because of the accusations, et cetera, make sure the firefighters have what they need. I was thinking the same thing when I saw that amount, is how are we equipment wise?
Oh, don't worry, I have a plan. I have a plan.
I
for-
mean,
I
we've
think for that.
discussed radios in that, and I think that's very important, radios in that, but
It's nice to have a pot of money from times when we were
I agree.
scrimping
I agree.
army surplus stuff, and I just like to see that money instead of sitting there not collecting anything, have it work for
How
us.
does it work?
I know that, there are other public places that have credit cards that then earn cash back. I don't know, if you're spending a lot of money, if we're gonna purchase something large, put it on a credit card, we get cash back for that type of thing, what's the credit card that we have, is there a way that could go through as a financial, windfall for us also?
Good thinking. I think it's real important, from my opinion, that the face of the department, the blemishes get cleared up. As far as the bad press and different ways that we've been portrayed. Because when we're writing grants and applying for funding, people Google Casper Mountain Fire Department, and what comes up? Boom, embezzlement accusations, a website.
Yeah, I'd rather not talk, all that's in the past, you guys are
So-
bright, you're the future.
Yeah.
But
Let's go
she's
that
just
way.
saying that's a
But I'm
fact,
saying
if someone
we
Googles
need
it,
to
we'd rather
clean
it
that up.
Google that Casper Mountain Fire District kicks
One
butt.
of your top focuses needs to be recruitment for
And
firefighters,
retention.
because that is
Well,
a
you-
huge downfall. for
I sat through, and I haven't gone over with it
The
with
meetings,
you,
yep.
with the meetings on, I went to the rural firefighters, they had a board, if you wanna call it that, or,
Now they have one that they
That-
formed to go in front of the
they-
legislature to get money for.
well, they talked about, it wasn't a board, but it was a work group.
Panel.
A panel, talked about getting and retaining volunteers, and one of the departments talked about, we purchase everything with a credit card, but it's a points back credit card. They take those points back and get gift cards and get them to their volunteers as an incentive. I mean, and I thought that was a good idea. Obviously, you just have to keep track of all that, but that's what a good treasurer does. So,
Got it.
so that, I mean, that was
Put that
one
on
idea
there.
of many, and that's what I'll discuss with the board and, well, with Lisa, because I went in her stead, she couldn't make it that day, so she said, hey, can you go to this, and I took a lot of notes on different ideas, so. Since you brought that up, that was one of their ideas,
Appreciate your insight on that,
yeah.
yeah.
And that was another thing I got too. Virtually attend all these legislative meetings. No, thank you. That they were looking for 2 more members because they started forming a panel at the Rural Fire Conference to deal with the whole insurance poop. And then recruitment and retention, and they just needed 2 more people that would be able to go to Cheyenne next week, and they got them. So there is a panel of people as well going to the state legislature and saying, you need to cough up money for this. Because these volunteer departments just can't do it. And if paid departments don't even have enough personnel and people applying and you get paid, what do you expect volunteer departments to do? So I'm hoping that the legislature listens.
But back to your original
I
observation.
just want you to,
Yeah, we need
that's
to
just
look
free
at that.
money sitting there that maybe we can invest in something
Yep,
else. Just
make
something
it
like that.
work a little harder.
Also, part 2 is I'd like to personally thank the outgoing members of the board.
Yeah.
Like you said, has been all sugar and cream.
Yeah.
And for all of them over the past couple of years, and some of them aren't even sitting up front, but I'd like to voice my appreciation for your work, so thank you.
Admiration watching how, with such grace, to be able to handle personal attacks is something I aspire to do.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll get the chance.
Oh, yay!
Wow. Could you at least give her a horseshoe or something when
She's
you say
17
that?
and I'm gonna, she can still, I
Okay.
didn't get that signature.
I didn't even apply, I don't even remember applying for the board. Did I run for the board?
Brad took the words right out of my mouth as far as thinking the past, and I've only gotten about coming to the meetings in the last couple of years when the brouhaha started to break out, but, I'd like to reflect on what I've seen over the period of time that maybe it's been the last 3 years, but Dave, Mallory, Tammy Thornton, Margot Spurrier, Karen Sam Stevenson, and Pat Harshman, they brought a level, to a benchmark that we didn't have before. And that is they make time for the public. In the heat of the battle, they give everybody a chance on them, but there's been a lot of improvements made to the financial statements from a collective work between Dave and Karen and everyone else. You can follow the minutes. This was a self-guide tonight on the agenda. And those things all came during all of this turmoil on it, and that came through the leadership of listening on it and giving everybody a chance. Yes, it was contentious at moments, but the controversy always seemed to be constructive when it all shook and traveled full circle. So I too want to thank the past board on it, and particularly you 3 people for stepping up and wanting to get involved here, because we've saved the fire department out of the deal, and hopefully we can come up with additional funding. We also had a spinoff started with the Fireman's Fund. They've raised an ungodly amount of money that was well needed, and all of us are going to benefit from that. So, and we had good people step up. But one question I had was on that survey that was completed for the Department of Audit. Did we get a copy of that? Or, you guys went through that in an executive session. And the reason I'm asking that can be downloaded and given to these other 3 people so they know where the shortcomings were when they go to attend these meetings. Is that available, Pat?
Yeah, and that most certainly can be done that way, so that they know
Fantastic.
how.
And those were done in open work sessions.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a
There
work
wasn't,
session.
there was
It was
no
a work
executive,
session.
it was,
Okay,
there,
I wasn't sure.
yeah, it was open work
That would be
sessions.
very informative to you to get caught up, to see where the loopholes were, but, getting the Department of Audit involved is a major step forward. I think a yearly audit, just for your own protection, to keep from getting into brouhaha in the future, and, even, like I said, it got contentious. I think a lot of that was, rather than being destructive, was constructive. I think it brought us to a new level, of transparency on it, as tough and brutal as it's been, but hopefully we can get back on track and the board can work in harmony, because that'll reflect right on down to the operational side. I know the firefighters were frustrated as can be, some of them were, and that's the last people we want to lose. We want to get ourselves into a position where we can recruit more people. We've got to get to the younger generation. We've got to get in and start working on the biathlon people, the cross-country skiers, and, you know, the people that come up and use this mountain in the summertime, the RVers and the snowmobilers, and that's the recruitment base, and get the young kids involved on it. And there's some great leadership involved in the operational side. There always has been on it, and hopefully we can bring a few of those people back that have bled away too on them. But that, and I commend. I wasn't around when Brad, but I hear nothing but compliments about when he was in, and yourself down here at the end of the table, and Lisa on them. So we got something to be proud of. I think we've got the past been behind us. That was music to everybody's ears, I think, tonight. So hopefully I haven't missed anybody, but on it. Stuart, welcome aboard. You're gonna get railroaded one of these days, whether you like it or not. To be the.
I was on a sighting right
The
now.
financial side.
He's gonna be the
Well,
best
you can only
secretary
park the
ever.
caboose for so long. And congratulations to Julie and to Stu and to Casey, so, and good luck. That's all I have to say.
Thanks for your
Peace in the family again. Let's look forward.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
We appreciate you guys coming, and I too, as doing this, I'm thankful for the support and knowledge of the past board members, even that aren't still sitting on the board, that walk by my house, I say, hey, get in here, right? She would help me, but yeah, it's hope to be a collaborative group that, we're going to disagree, but I hope we can not take it personal and realize we're disagreeing not with the person, but on the topic, and move forward in, some heated discussions that don't hurt feelings.
Adjourned.
where's the gavel?
She's
Get
finished.
it out.
She's doing my secretary job at the moment.
Does the board own a tape recorder, or can you?
My
It's
computer,
very
my
invested,
computer
Margaret.
records, and Stu's gonna be doing that anyway, so.
I got a feeling his assistant's gonna be giving him a lot of help.
You think?
Yeah.
My nails are due on the tight now. Retirement nails.
Okay, are there any further comments from the board?
Yeah.
I have a motion to adjourn. I make the motion.
797.
So you can make any motions.
The other two board members, Casey.
Yes.
Motion to
Seconded.
adjourn?
Adjourn,
Adjourn.
second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Yeah.
Meeting adjourned at 7:59.
Well, I hope you're not gonna be sorry that you bowed out
Oh, Margot, we're gonna
and
miss you.
pushed me